Positive and negative reinforcement. Positive reinforcement works by presenting a motivating or reinforcing stimulus to the person after the desired behavior is exhibited, making the behavior more likely to happen in the future, just like in this following example.
Are you finished?
Well, thank you. How thoughtful. Would you like a chocolate?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Oh, sorry, Sheldon. I almost sat in your spot.
Did you? I didn't notice. Have a chocolate.
Thank you.
You're here a lot now.
Oh, am I talking too much? I'm sorry. Zip.
Thank you. Chocolate?
Yes, please.
The positive stimulus in the video was the chocolates given to Penny by Sheldon when she did something he wanted. In return, Penny continued to show behaviors that Sheldon approved of. The opposite of positive reinforcement is, of course, negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement should not be thought of as a punishment procedure because you are increasing a behavior versus with punishment you are decreasing a behavior. Negative reinforcement occurs when a certain negative stimulus is removed after a particular behavior is exhibited. The likelihood of the particular behavior occurring again in the future is increased because of the removing or avoiding of the negative consequence. In this particular cartoon, the behavior desired is a good grade in math. The negative stimulus to motivate this behavior is the embarrassing videos from Dad. Positive and negative reinforcement can be used in several different settings. In sports, the classroom, at work, and even with pets.
Here, the football coach is giving one of his players a hug and praising him for making the touchdown. Giving him praise will make him want to score another touchdown. A coach can enhance his player's performance by recognizing and rewarding appropriate behavior or catching him doing things right. Don't reward positive behavior all the time though. Psychological studies show that people produce greater effort for occasional positive reinforcement. However, it is highly motivating and enjoyable to players. In this picture, you see the football coach shouting at one of his players. A coach who continually shouts criticism at his players becomes quiet and conveys his satisfaction. Shouting at his players is not going to make them score another touchdown, but instead make them want to give up because of the negative feedback. The criticism is most likely going to increase the response, which is not scoring the touchdown, because instead of positively pushing his players, he's breaking them down. This could lead to a minimum effort and quitting.
Point out a behavior that you approve of and want repeated or duplicated by other children.
Jack, good job sitting crisscross applesauce. Very nice, Jack. I'm absolutely loving this. This makes me so happy.
Make sure that you use specific names and point out the actual behavior and how it makes you feel.
Mia, wonderful job sitting nicely. I love it. Great job. Anushka, good job. Gavin, great. That makes me so happy. We know how to sit nicely.
Praising others as they begin to prove to you that they are capable of pleasing you will help boost their self-esteem.
The positive stimulus in this video is the praise from the teacher. As the children see the teacher praise an individual for a certain behavior, they all join in that behavior to get the same praise. Although the dunce cap is no longer a method used in school, it is a perfect example of negative reinforcement in the classroom. In this photo, the student is forced to wear a dunce cap because he got some math questions incorrect. The embarrassment of having to wear a dunce cap will cause the student to study more and get the questions right next time.
Workplace behavior is shaped by two theories, positive and negative reinforcement. Positive reinforcement involves rewarding an employee for doing a good job. An example would be giving an employee a paid vacation day for exceeding monthly production goals. Negative reinforcement involves removing something undesirable to alter behavior. For example, discounting daily meetings with a manager to discuss job performance after an employee has raised his personal production levels. Using positive and negative reinforcement in the workplace should be done only when carefully monitoring an employee reaction to ensure the intended results. Positive reinforcement is often associated with reward system when in reality it is an attempt to create sustained positive behavior. For example, an unlimited time sales bonus is not a positive reinforcement. It is an example of a reward. Sustained quarterly sales bonuses based on exceeding goals is a positive reinforcement.
I'm going to show you how to teach sit and down using a positive reinforcement technique called lure and reward. This is Mickey. He's a Bernese mountain dog. He's going to help me with my demonstration. To teach sit, I'm going to move a treat up and back until Mickey's rear end is on the floor. Then I'm going to reward him with the treat. As his head moves up and back, his rear end will go down on the floor. Repeat this a few times. When your dog lures easily into the sit position, you can start to add the verbal cue, sit, and then lure your dog into the position.
Positive reinforcement means using something dogs like to increase the likelihood that they will continue to learn behavior.
Well, I've had Celine for 12 years, and she's in that phase at the moment where she's just doing the wrong thing all the time. And we have a three-phase discipline process that I use. The first one is just a slight, if she's naughty, I'd give her a slight whack on the nose, and it's just, I won't do it really, but it's just, but that, if you can imagine, that's the nose. It's just like that kind of thing. Phase 2, if she continues to misbehave, is a slap, and it's that sort of on the head, but it's this kind of, that level of firmness. Stage 3 is booties, which is where I put her in the boot of my car on the way home. It's very dark in there, and when I turn corners, she smacks into the side of the car. She'll just whack in, and she hates it, absolutely hates it. Which I think is where the leg injury may have come from a booty session. She does not respond well to any sort of treats or rewards. We don't do that. We do negative reinforcement. So I will, no, do not look at me. Stop looking at me. See? You say no and she'll turn away.
Negative reinforcement is defined as removing an unpleasant stimulus to increase a behavior. In this example, the dog is swatted on the nose when he does not show a good behavior. The dog does not like being swatted on the nose, causing him to increase his good behavior to avoid being swatted.